My brother, my friend, it is always a pleasure to see you. I know you made a trip down to Toronto, man. Are you still in Toronto? Are you back in the Maritimes? What's going on?
I'm still in the Maritimes, man.
Wow.
Been
Well,
here, man. Just working.
working, but man, the work that you have done, I would honestly say in the last year and a half has been amazing. The collaboration that you did recently in talking about basically street life and the things that were going on, amazing. What you did bringing out this new character, if I could call him that, kind of like a mini you, let's say, bringing that out to the kids and the families. And then as we speak, of course, this is, kids are going back to school this week. A little different because of COVID. But you have created something, man. I love the video. I love the song itself. I love the lyrics behind it. If I'm correct, there's a little singing in this. This is the first time I've heard you actually singing. Man, for folks who want to
Singing
know,
before. I've been singing before, but not on the kid song like this, though, man.
no, it's amazing, man. For folks who don't know what we're talking about, please explain because again, this is the project that you've been able to bless with us for a while.
Yeah, well, first of all, the brand new single is called Backpack Check, um, produced by my man Rich Kid, and it's based on the character Young Maestro in my kid's book. Stick to Your Vision, Young Maestro Goes to School. And that was written by me, co-written by with Dora Melton Vanderpool with amazing illustrations by Leon Eclipse Robinson. And that's what it's about right there. This is my children's book. And I always thought, how cool would it be to have a song based on the kid going to school? And what's a better time to release it than back to school? I mean, you pack your backpack all year long, but it's so symbolic to start off the school year with that. Definitely.
When you created this, I'm wondering because we are talking about, as I like to call, a different world with COVID going on, and some kids are afraid, about going to school, and they're not sure how things will be. What you put together to me, puts kids to ease on the fun and the excitement of not just going to school, but for learning. What do you think about that?
I think a few things. I mean, the book itself, first of all, Rudy, is based on the importance of family structure, mentorship, as well as inspirational elementary school teachers. You just raised a point about kids are being scared. Kids are being scared because of what they're seeing, their parents are going through, um, and the information that their parents are, and that energy that their parents are putting on them. You see what I'm saying? So it's very important to, as parents, that we guide and help guide these kids in the right way to keep them calm, keep them on point, because they're going to see that energy, and that cancer is going to spread. You feel me, into their energy. So when you said that, it really made me think. It's like, why are kids scared? Kids should be. My son, I just dropped him off. He's good money. You know what I'm saying? And kids should be good. This is the time that we should have that. Let them be innocent. Let them live. And protect them by any means necessary. So I think right now it's very important, not only for parents but teachers as well, to really these are kids, man. Let them enjoy being kids, man. That's all.
You mentioned teachers in this great track. You mention a teacher's name. Who is that teacher?
I mentioned
And
I mentioned two teachers.
two
The
teachers.
one teacher is real. The other is fiction. So the first teacher is Mr. Wilson. The second teacher is Mr. Santos. Mr. Wilson is a true teacher that I had in grade 2 and grade 3 at Shaughnessy Public School, and he told me to keep writing. Um, Miss Santos' character is a combination of my grade 4 teacher, Miss Toner, my fifth teacher, Miss D'Souza, my sixth teacher, Miss Hickey, and my seventh and eighth teacher, Miss Macy. I put her all into one, and I called her Mrs. Santos. you know, and my grade 4 teacher was the one who made me do like public speaking in front of the whole school. I don't know why she chose me, Miss Toner. And then Miss Hickey, we did a lot of creative writing and poetry and stuff like that. So I got the chance to like perform. And so just to show like, my teachers meant a lot to me coming up, definitely. I didn't just want to have one teacher in the book. I wanted to have two, one, a male, to show the importance of having a male teacher, as well as the importance of having, a female teacher as well.
What was it like performing with those kids? Because those kids, smiles throughout the whole time and laughter. You could feel the joy through the screen.
Yeah, what happened with that, Rudy? A lot of those kids went to a school called Princess Elizabeth School in St. John, the north end of St. John. So that was the school that I did my very first presentation. And I just read my chapter 1 of the book. I did it in the office and then went through the classrooms in Zoom. But then we all went outside and then we took photos. So those kids kind of knew me already. And then the last 2 chapters I did, virtually from our place. But when I went to the North End at a place called the Nick Nicole Center to do a reading of the whole book, a lot of those kids already knew me. They go, wait a minute, because that was like summertime stuff. So they were like, we remember you. You came to our school, right? So I read them the book, and then I just saw how cool. Shout out to Tamara Kelly, that's her name, the lady at the North End, and it was so cool the way they responded to me. So when I came up with the video idea, I'm like, let me call these people again to see if we can actually do the video there, because these kids, they know me. So it was a familiarity that they had with me from going to their school 3 times plus doing the summertime workshop with them. So by the time the video came around, it was like, yo, this is Maestro, man. We got to represent for him, you know?
My friend, like I said, your music has always been infectious for young and old school. Education. Let's get into that word and why that word is so important for youngsters and for older folks. Education is important.
I mean, without, if you look at the book, it says like effective efforts have been made to control our stories, man. There was a point of us as Black people, if our slave masters found out that we could read, they kill us. You know what I'm saying? That's something that we have to remember. You know what I'm saying? If people found out that we could actually read, you're a threat, man. We got to kill that threat, man. And that's what happens. You got to keep that in mind. So stuff like that happens nowadays metaphorically. You know what I'm saying? If you're shadow banned, if your opinion is off this, if it doesn't agree with this, if it doesn't agree with that, it's the same thing. So education, once you know that it's important to re-examine everything you've been told, to reassess everything, you're going to move in a different way. It's okay to ask questions and what have you, because it's not about me. It's about generations coming. Getting back to the point you made about kids being scared, it's like that's coming through generations. Imagine if our ancestors didn't have the fortitude to say, you know what, we're going to read, we're going to learn to read, we're going to learn to write, we're going to learn to communicate in this new world. You know what I'm saying? If they didn't have that fortitude or brave enough to do that, we wouldn't be in this position that we're at, to have certain freedoms, you know what I'm saying? And that's what we should look at as reminders, especially in times like this that we're going through, Rudy. Very important. And it starts off with the kids, man. That's why, me doing a track like this right now, based on the book, is very important, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to save lives, real talk. So you're right. During a global apocalypse, I came up with a book called Stick to Your Vision, Young Maestro Goes to School. Respect.
Absolutely. When is the animated series going to happen?
Everything is happening one step by step, you know what I'm saying? And I like the fact that people are coming to me with that before I'm even announcing certain things. You know what I mean? Because they see it happening. And on top of that, too, you see, based on you being around me for so long, my wheels are turning without me even communicating with you. You can see things happening. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, and it's always great to see your evolution as well, man, because we came a long way.
Long
I
way.
just wish I had it fitted like yours, man.
If I can find this again, man, I promise you, I will send it over to you. But
that is dope. You got the red. Let me see the lid. Let me see the lid. Okay, the lid's red, but you got the blue. That's fresh.
And I have the white one to this also.
That's dope. That's dope. That's
Thanks,
dope.
man.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you. How can we get the book, man? And also anything else? Because in the video we see the shirt you're wearing too. How can we get all of that merchandise, man?
Well, the merch is going to be coming. That's the Young Maestro merch. That'll be coming soon. But the book, you can get the book at youngmaestro.ca. Mm-hmm. And the book itself, it comes with suggested lesson plans for teachers. So it's not just because my co-author, she's an educational expert, with Dora Militant Vanderpool. She's been teaching for over 20 years at St. Angela's Catholic School in Rexdale. So she's an award-winning teacher, and she put together like suggested lesson plans for teachers, man. You know what I'm saying? So you can purchase the book at youngmaestro.ca, as well as if you're an educator, it would be good for you to check out the lesson plan. They are suggested because we're not trying to tell teachers how to teach their kids, but it is coming from somebody who that's their area of expertise. you know.
I hear you, man.
And the song itself, Backpack Check, you could download it on all platforms, man. It looked good, Rudy, to see it on the Spotify school playlist. It was like a school play. And I'm like, yo, from Backbone Slide to Backpack Check. You know
Oh
what I'm
man.
saying?
It's funny because I could see parents in the morning singing that song to their kids as they're getting their backpack put together. Like it's a beautiful thing, man. I absolutely love it.
Come on, we
Um,
grew up watching Flintstones. We grew up watching Sesame Street, Polka Dot Door, whatever,
yeah.
man. Come on, man. This is just going back and introducing yourself to like younger fans, man, and just remembering what a great upbringing we had, So
Well, it was funny when you were saying about the Zoom thing in the school. I mean, I was thinking to myself. I remember when I was a kid, there was Zoom, like video, whatever. No, you'd be listening to it on the loudspeaker, and somebody's talking to an old mic. Times have definitely changed, and because you have been an evolution throughout these times, what advice can you give as somebody remembering what was it like back in the day growing up, having good educators with you, being a father yourself and educating your kids? What advice can you give families and young children who are either physically going back to school or some who still have to be home because of what's going on in the new world? What advice can you give?
yeah, I'm not going to come here and be like, that's my area of expertise. This is new for me, like everybody else. So no one's 100% okay. We've all been through a lot of stuff. Like, I mean, look at me. We relocated to St. John, New Brunswick. You feel me? And it felt good to take my son to school day one today, man, and see him with his friends and see how these kids grew throughout the summer and just see them smile, what have you. So this is not my area of expertise, but just remember, as human beings, if we can't protect our babies, we fail, man. Our
That's
job
right.
is to protect our babies, man. Protect these children who didn't ask to be here. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about earlier when I mentioned I did that song you were mentioning, you're referring to Wish I Could. That's talking about the black genocide on our community. A lot of those kids, they're already gone. But the babies, we got to try and protect them. And that's why it's important to instill and let them ingest positivity. Let them not be scared. Let them go in feeling secure, feeling protected by us as adults. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely true. Look, before we go, one last question. Winter is coming, man. Maritimes, I've heard snow can be tough during that time. Are you getting ready for that?
Man, listen, I survived last winter. The warmest people you've ever met in your life are in St. John, New Brunswick, man. The warmest, kindest people I've ever met, man. Toronto's home, always be
Mm.
home. It's the greatest city of all time, man. Come on, Toronto. You know what I'm saying? The six or whatever the young boy want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Toronto is the greatest, but I'm just saying at my age and where I'm at right now, it's good to be able to, you know, uh, visit different parts of the country. Like I was in Vancouver for years. I was even in New York for years too, man. You know, um, which is all beautiful, beautiful experiences. Los Angeles, the same, but Toronto's home. But right now, I'm in Port City. I'm in St. John, New Brunswick, man.
Well, I'll tell you something, man. You have been a great ambassador. You are the godfather of hip hop. First Juno Award winner for rap music. You have broken ground every which way that you have done it as an author, as a speaker, as an actor, as a musician. Um, I could just keep going on and on and on. And you're still young, and there's so much ahead of you. It has been an honor and pleasure to be able to follow you, speak to you, and be part of your journey, to be able to record it as history for all the folks out there. I thank you for what you've done, and I thank you for allowing me to be part of that journey.
Well, thank you. I'll be grateful when I get a hat looking as fresh as yours. Like you see the way I diffused all that love. But no, I appreciate you, Rudy. I appreciate you through all the years because I've watched your evolution too, and we got to connect no matter what, man. So this was a nice way to start the day.